It's almost Easter. That means it isn't Easter, we know. But what better way to celebrate than with a look at some Easter eggs? For the unfamiliar, an Easter egg, when used in the context of popular media, is a hidden little extra that wasn't supposed to be in the work. We've seen quite a few over the years in video games. In fact, there's strong evidence suggesting that video games are the origin point of Easter eggs before spreading to other forms of media such as movies. Today we're going to take a look at some of our favourite Easter eggs in games you can play on Evercade. Give them a try for yourself. In some cases, they open up access to something just as fun as the main game they're contained within. Found on Atari Collection 1 and the Hyper Megatech Atari Edition Super Pocket, Adventure includes one of the most famous examples of an Easter egg. Its inclusion stems from a policy Atari had in the early days of video games, where individual game designers were not credited on the games they created. Correctly feeling this to be unjust, Adventure's designer Warren Robinett decided to take matters into his own hands, and snuck a credit for himself into the game. To access Adventure's Easter egg, you need to be playing game 2 or 3 with the larger map. Find a couple of items you don't need, and drop them in the room south and then east of the Golden Castle, near where the black line fence is. The sword and the gold key are probably easiest to find, but any will do, including dragon corpses. Then explore until you unlock the Black Castle, and bring the bridge into the catacombs inside the castle. Just left of bottom centre in one of the screens of the maze, you'll know the one because it'll be flickering if you're carrying the bridge, is a chamber that seemingly has no way in or out. Drop the bridge to pass through the wall, then investigate the lower right corner of the room until you hear the pick up item sound. You'll now be carrying a tiny grey pixel. Carry this pixel all the way back to the fence you dropped the 2 items by, and you should be able to walk right on through the fence into the next room, where you'll find Robinett's credit. If you find the fence still blocks your path, drop the pixel before pushing through the fence. This vertically scrolling shoot 'em up, originally released on Atari Lynx and found on Atari Lynx Collection 2 for Evercade, features an implementation of Conway's Game of Life as an Easter egg. For those unfamiliar, Conway's Game of Life isn't really a game in the traditional sense. It is instead a cellular automaton, which means it simulates how single cells live, die and reproduce according to their surrounding environment. There are some simple rules in place. By taking these rules into account and setting up the board, you can not only create simulations of communities, but also simple animations. To access the Game of Life in Zarlor Mercenary, proceed to the character select screen, then hold select and push up, down, left, right, up on the directional pad. Gremlin's 32-bit racer on Gremlin Collection 1 features a hidden game inspired by asteroids in which you can blast the programmers. To access this, switch the race type to Time Trial, then choose Start Race and edit names. Enter player 1's name as Dutchman. This will cause a digitised face to appear in the corner of the screen. Now back out of all the menus until you're at the title screen and choose Options. Then select Credits from the Options menu and you'll be launched into Roids. Sensible Software's genre-defining real-time strategy game on Codemasters Collection 1 also includes a hidden game, this time inspired by the arcade classic Sinistar. Accessing it is pretty simple. Start a game as usual, navigate to the Load option on the pre-level menu, enter Jules as the password, and click on the Enter icon. This one's our work, as it wasn't included in the original game. However, if you pop in Goco Arcade 2, Select Maniac Square so the game details page is visible, and then hold all 4 shoulder buttons for a short time. You'll need a USB controller to do this on Evercade Alpha. You can access the original prototype version of the game, which features a markedly different aesthetic and set of play rules.
Ready? Go!
Evercade VS and VSR, Evercade EXP and EXPR, and Evercade Alpha all come with a selection of built-in hidden games that you don't need a cartridge to play. Some of these are accessible via button combinations, some via codes you enter in the secret menu under Settings, and on Evercade VS, VSR and Alpha there are also a few bonus extras that appear if you put 2 specific cartridges in at the same time. We'll leave those for you to discover and share among yourselves though.